Welcome to the Positive Message Health playlist, where the goal is to present good stuff that's going on in the world of health and fitness.
Everything, quality of life, 100% goes up. I recommend it.
And firstly, thank you so much for watching the last video. I stalked the comment section and it was very interesting, the range of ideas presented. And so a quick disclaimer before we start this video, I have altered Action Bronson's voice, not for any comedy value, just purely so these fair use clips that I show don't have any technical issues when I upload them. And so to lose 125 pounds and to create a healthier body composition is admirable in itself. But the reason I wanted to present you this specific case is because of the message that he gives for why he did it. And I've made a few videos in relation to obesity and health, and this guy is a perfect reflection of the health benefits that can be created through a body recomposition. Now, I do not know anything about this bloke's career. I know he's a famous dude, that's about all I know. However, he is a very good portrayal of a very good positive health and fitness message.
You got to keep your mind right. You got to stay consistent. There's no magic tricks. It's just hard work and dedication and consistency. That's what this is. So if this helps anybody, one person, then I've done a good job.
Agreed, and that outwardly projected health message is very important, rather than the self-serving nonsense that I show in the fitness industry playlist. And so in this video, there's nothing revolutionary that I'm going to present to you. It's a very simple message in essence. But I do want your input specifically on the circuit training they do. Now, to be clear, not to criticize him, because that would not be appropriate in the context of what he's achieved, of course, but purely to build discussion in this community so we can develop and enhance our ideas around issues such as exercise selection and order and all types of different things.
Because I used to promote, my lifestyle has been for 10 years, live fast, live hard, live enjoyable, not worry about anything, just live. Took a toll. It's not okay. You could be comfortable with yourself. Yeah, I'm overweight, I'm still happy with you, but you gotta be fit, you gotta be okay health-wise.
And so we have the vital but commonly overlooked concept that body recomposition is not just about aesthetics. Being able to move your body more effectively, more efficiently, making the most out of the old machine that you were given. And this part is called Action Bronson introduces his coach.
This is your boy Action Bronsolino, Mr. Baklava.
No idea what any of that means.
This is my esteemed partner in crime, the great Dave Palladino, my fitness guru.
And so his trainer is a fairly well-known guy. He has a long history in martial arts. Credentials, fitness expert, always a good one.
It takes a lot. It takes a lot. This is the hardest thing I've ever done. I never want to have to do it again. My life goal is to never, ever, ever be in a predicament where I have to be worried about my life because of my health.
And so here we have the idea of maintenance of good health, which is vital and is a very hard thing to maintain. And when we look at fitness discourse, we see these body recompositions, people losing large amounts of fat, and these stories projected and how great they are. And of course they are, people building muscle, people developing athletic performance or mobility or many things where there are great changes. And of course, that's very good to see. But perhaps there's not as much spotlight on the idea of maintaining health. And of course you're going to be developing, but maintaining health and fitness in those parameters. And so for many people, when it comes to a body recomposition or a change to their health and fitness, their lifestyle, there is a trigger moment, something that makes them want to make a serious change in their life. And so this is a perfect opportunity for me to ask you, did you have a trigger moment, whether it's losing fat, building muscle, developing mobility, some other goal that you may have been working on? Please let me know down below, because your comments enhance the experience of the video. And this is his reason.
The tipping point was literally a scale. My wife and my brand new son was gonna go to Colombia, go visit family, because that's what happens when you have a brand new baby and you have family elsewhere. You have to go bring it to them so they can see the baby. Here, look at it. All right, let's go.
Him having a child and wanting to be physically capable.
My dogs were gonna go to Colombia also, so we had to get a scale to see if they would fit on the plane. And I got on the scale that morning and I saw 375. And I was just like, what the did I do to myself? I just didn't know what, it like hit me like a fucking ton of bricks.
And so I'm not a fan of an obsession with the number on a scale, but they do have their place. And if it's a wake-up call, as it was in his case, then that's a good thing. And this example demonstrates how sometimes we can just get lost in our routines in our life.
Because I had no idea, I hadn't gotten on a scale in a year, and man, I'd done some serious damage.
And I'm sure many people watching this video have had a moment where they've taken a step back and thought, how did I get to this point?
This man is dedicated. This man has chopped off
Almost, we're getting 130 pounds.
130 pounds.
No surgery, no magic, hard work, dedication, sweat, agony, lots of motivation. It's just true. It's just, you know, your whole blood flow, everything. You just feel better. You're able to, your mind is clearer.
And so that's what he achieved and his message, which of course is very good. And so we're going to move on to some of the exercises that he's been doing as part of his sessions. And again, this is not to criticize him, but I just want your input so we can create some fitness discourse which can help us, help others, and enhance the experience of the video.
We're using those medieval bars, man. I only like using the crazy shit Arnold used to use back in the day. I like your old school tactic. We want movements that make power, make muscles, sculpt.
Do what Arnold does, make power, make muscles. Not sure that's the most technical sports science definition, but of course he's not a fitness professional. He's not teaching anyone. He's just explaining what he does as someone that's created this change. And so here's the first circuit that he does.
The first exercise, we did a combination with a little timing circuit. So what we did, we went on the jammer, the hammer jammer.
And so when you're pressing from a standing position, of course that incorporates what is known as that core stability whilst you are performing that movement. And a major compound pressing movement, of course, is a very good exercise selection for a well-rounded training program. And then to the medicine ball slams. I'm never calling them slam ball slam. Behave yourself. And then to the upright cycle. And so if you think about the exercise selection on the first circuit, the upper body is getting a fair amount of work. And if we just break it down to the most basic level for somebody who's reconditioning their body, it's going to challenge him. He's going to burn calories. Now onto circuit 2. And for those people who may not know, circuit training involves performing many exercises in a circuit, one after the other, with very minimal rest in between. And you move around a circuit, and then you'd have a more prolonged period of rest and perform another circuit, for example. And so he's doing drop sets to a total of 24 reps, which is very high volume for the lateral raise, and then he's supersetting that with decline push-ups. Then the wide bar row. Over to Mr. Bronson again for the now legendary translations.
You get that grip and you get that feel like you're pulling like machinery. Like it's like some serious machinery.
So if we think about his exercise selection, it's a high volume lateral raise, supersetted with a high rep decline push-up.
I had him superset that with some decline push-ups.
And then bringing in the back row. Now to the last circuit that he does.
Then we went back to the jammer and we did some one-arm presses on the jammer, some power movements.
So then the single arm jammer with power as the goal, as the coach is talking about. And so what I would say here is that doing a power movement so late into a workout is not ideal, especially if you've been performing high volume exercises at the start and in the middle of that session. Finishing with power is not ideal. You want to start with the power movements essentially because you want to be explosive. You want to be fresh. You don't want to be fatigued when you're performing exercises for the goal of power. And I also find it a bit confusing when we look at the repetition ranges across the circuits, across the sessions. There's multiple rep ranges from very high volume to mid-range volume to low rep power, and they have supersets going on. They have drop sets. It's a bit jumbled to me. It's a bit confusing as to how they're working towards a specific goal. And when I see these videos on YouTube, I tend to think that they just try to put loads of different types of exercises into one video because it looks good in essence. But on the other hand, the circuits that he's showing will challenge him across many planes of motion. It will challenge his muscles, and of course it will burn calories. And then the medicine ball slams again. And so please let me know on a technical level what you think about the circuits, the exercise selection, the order, the rep ranges. I'm James Linker. This is Shredded Sports Science. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you soon.